Ciao and welcome to Andrea Wine Conversation 6th episode. I hope you enjoyed the first five, and as you can see, we're still here. We haven't given up yet. This time I want to take you to Friuli Venezia Giulia. Friuli Venezia Giulia is a region which is not really, they make outstanding wines, but due to production, they don't make big quantity. You don't really find those wines too often, unless you go to specialist wine merchant. However, as I said, that quantity is outstanding. They've even created a category called super whites. We know that Tuscan wines, they create that category. Tuscan winemaker created that category, the super Tuscany, to sort of emphasize the message about the red wines. In Friuli, to emphasize the fact that their white wines are different. I can tell you they are different. They created the category super whites. Obviously they don't just make white wines, but they also make red wines. They are different wines. They really are very, very good wines. They're not they're not cheap. There's a lot of they're more expensive than the kind of Nebo wines from Veneto, but good Friuli wines are wines on a different level. Really, really good wine, top wines. Now, in particular to this producer, this winery, I've known Roberto Scubla, the owner of the winery, for about 13 years now, and he was one of the first producers we started working with. It's a fantastic person. He's really passionate about his wine. I always say the best way to learn about wine is to go and talk to people who actually make it. And I enjoy talking to him. Whenever we see each other, we always end up talking about wines, his wines, but also wine in general. And the wine I fell in love with, it's another one. It's not the Sauvignon, even though the Sauvignon is fantastic, but it was the Pomedes. For me, it's one of the best wine I ever tasted, one of the best wine ever made. Before we go into detail and we start talking about the wine, as I said, Friuli Venezia Giulia is not a big region. There are plenty of mountains. There is no massive quantity of vineyards, and it's kind of divided into three or four areas. I can't remember now exactly how many. This one is from the Colli Orientali area. Then the other one, which is also very good, is the Colli. Completely different wines, completely different results. So both of them are, they make both regions, both areas produce great wine. So this one from Scubla is Colli Orientali area, which is basically very close to Rocca Bernarda. I mean, obviously, I don't know whether you got any idea of where we are. Friuli Venezia Giulia, we are east of Italy, northeast of Italy, north of Venice, close to on the borders with Slovenia and Austria. So this is where we are in terms of the map of Italy. Now this Sauvignon, it's, as I said, they created all wineries, some of the best wineries in the area. They created a category called, together with the region, the government, they created a category called super whites. They haven't advertised, they haven't kind of promoted that category as the Tuscans have done, so I think very few people know about it. However, if I had to pick a white wine, 50% of the times I will come from that region. They got different wines. They're not easy to drink wine. They're big wine, complex wine, wine that really not just can match any food, but can actually give pleasure, can be sipped instead of just being drunk. Now this Sauvignon, which is the one we're going to taste today, I think it's a fantastic example of Sauvignon. It's very different from your usual Sauvignon from New Zealand. I would say very elegant. If I had to compare it to any other wine, I'll probably say it's more on the French side, French style, but it has its own style. It's big, it's rich, it's fruity, it's elegant, massive structure. It's a wine that it has a beautiful nose of peaches, yellow pepper, Fanta, really appealing nose. Plenty of fruit, almost sweet. Fantastic acidity. That's a wine that you think is a Sauvignon, needs to be drunk within a year, 2 years, but that can actually, you can keep that wine aside and drink in 3, 4, 5 years. It's still gonna be as amazing as today. It's rich, again, plenty of yellow peppers on the palate, peach, melon. Is beautiful. It's a wine that can match big dishes. I will go turbot, really meaty fish. Now again, we are Christmas time, and you love turbot. You think about wine, too much turbot, your coat. That wine can easily match it, and or even can be sipped on its own, just with a few snacks, and just enjoy it, because it's a wine that really needs to be enjoyed, and it's a wine that you'll enjoy. Said that, I'll say salute, and see you next time. Ciao.